What's going on, y'all? This is Caleb and Noah with Camp Hard. We're up here just south of Dawsonville on Highway 9, putting in at River Park boat ramp here. It's not really a ramp, it's just more like a canoe kayak put in. As you can see, there's a little park area and some benches and everything up there. A little pavilion you can stay at. But this is the Etowah River, north central Georgia pretty much. The water's looking real good and clear. Hadn't rained in about a week or so up here, so water's looking really good. Water level's not too high. It's perfect, just absolutely perfect. Noah and I are going to be doing an overnighter canoe camping trip, and so it's about 8:30 in the morning right now, and we're going to float all day, find a spot to camp tonight, and take out tomorrow afternoon probably. So follow us along and enjoy our journey with us. So this section of the Etowah that we're doing is actually pretty cool. We're gonna be floating through the Dawson Forest City of Atlanta tract, which actually has some pretty interesting history to it. Just post World War II, the government was doing some top secret research trying to develop a nuclear aircraft. So there's still parts of this area that still have trace amounts of radiation from back then when they were doing the testing. And you can research as deep as you want onto this place, but there's other crazy stories about this whole area. A lot of speculation on other testing, human testing, all kinds of crazy stuff. But we're gonna be floating through this Dawson Forest area, and there's actually early Cold War era buildings that are out here in the middle of nowhere in north central Georgia. Just abandoned buildings, abandoned military buildings from the late 40s, early 50s when they were out here doing their top secret research. So from what I've seen on the internet, there's a building or two right here on the edge or just off the river's edge that we could go in and explore. So if we come across that stuff, and I'm hoping we will, we're gonna get out and we're gonna check it out and show you what we come across. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Did you see that turtle?
Yeah, there's a bunch of turtles out here. You'll see if you keep your eye on them logs. Huh?
Like,
no.
It looked like a turtle, but I just saw a turtle jump from the wood.
Yeah, if you keep an eye on the logs all the way down this Etowah River, you'll see them turtles just sitting there in the sun, especially on the sunny side of the bank.
Yeah,
They sit out there and warm up, but then they get scared when they see us coming. They hop on into the water where they feel safe.
Yeah, remember when you saw a turtle jump in the water and I didn't?
Yep.
Oh, finally got to see one.
Yep, you'll see them. They're all the way down through here. You'll see all kinds of wildlife. It's beautiful out here. How about these big old rocks? There's one just below the surface right there, you see it? Pretty cool. Old steel bridge, iron bridge. I wonder what year that was built. Look at all these old pilings here. Absolutely beautiful day out here though, folks. We're enjoying it.
Walking bridge.
Yep, it sure is. They've turned it into a walking bridge. There you go, folks. Yeah, we're easing into the edge right here. We're heading into the Dawson Forest now, so. Oh, here we go, right here. Go over there, Noah, to that. We're gonna check this out. Absolutely. All right, guys, right past the Red Trail Bridge on the left, on River Left, just past that bridge, there's this cool old structure. And I'm assuming that this thing is one of those early Cold War era structures. Now these buildings are all out through the woods, and it's a big area, this whole Dawson Forest area. But this one's right on the side of the river. We've got our boat pulled up and tied off here, and we're about to go up in this thing and check it out for you. And we'll show you what it looks like inside. Super cool, super old looking, kind of spooky looking. We're gonna go in it. You ready, Noah?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Easy.
You got it? All right, I'm gonna hand you the camera, okay? Be careful with it.
Got it.
There you go. Now show the people around what you see up there. I'm coming. Look up through them holes.
Yeah.
Show me coming up through here. Show the old man climbing. Oh, there we go. Yeah. How about this? What is this, an old pump or something? Here you are, folks. There's our boat down there. There's the Etowah River. That's downstream, that's upstream. The Red Trail Bridge we just went under is just right up here going across the river. Oh, check this out. This is pretty cool, guys. A lot of graffiti. Not sure what this is. Looks like an old pump system maybe. I wonder if a dam went across the river here at one point. There's these holes. It kind of looks similar to that abandoned, that old power mill dam we checked out on the Little Choctawhatchee River. I'm gonna see if I can go up this thing with the camera in my hand. Here we go. Here you go, Noah. What's it like up here? A lot of bad words and stuff spray painted all over the walls, but that's where we came from. See, that's a big old pipe right there. Some kind of pump system or something. Be careful there, boy. How about this, folks? Pretty good view of the river. I bet it's even better up there. Super cool. How about this? Woo! I'll lose my balance spinning around like that. All right, let's go around here and check out what Noah saw up top. Oh yeah, there's stairs. Okay. Oh yeah, and then there's a trail back here through the woods. Goes back that way. probably connects over to that red trail, I would assume. So even if you're not going down the Etowah River, if you're just messing around out here in the Dawson Forest and you're on the red trail and you go over that footbridge over the Etowah River, you can cut over here through the woods and come check this out. So, oh yeah, look how far down that is, boy. Golly. Super cool. You like this, Noah?
Yes, sir.
Definitely worth stopping for, huh? Yeah. I cut the camera off and we had trouble getting the boat the right way up against this bank, so we had to paddle back up the river a little ways just to get the boat turned around and come up to the bank the right way. Because we ended up going sideways whenever I saw this thing coming down the river. It's pretty cool though. There's these holes that go down to the next level right here. But anyway, guys, I hope we see some more stuff like this, because if we do, we're definitely going to check it out. But this is the only structure that I've seen on YouTube of guys coming down the river. This is the only one they've shown. I don't know if there's more and they just haven't shown them, or if the rest of them are just further off in the woods or what. But here you go, Noah. Here's some stairs right here. Here you go. Yeah, that trail right there, that trail goes right up to this train trestle. Matter of fact, let's go check that out. Why not? We're here.
That's not a walking bridge. That's for cars.
Is it?
Yeah.
So it is for vehicles. Yep.
Car tracks and all kinds of
All right, well there you have it, folks. It is for vehicles. Or at least big enough for vehicles. Yeah, absolutely. I knew the bridge was strong enough to hold vehicles. I mean, it was strong enough to hold these trains, because this is definitely an old train trestle. How about that, folks? You can kind of see down through these cracks. That's looking upriver there, and the power lines, obviously. And there's downriver. And so our boat is right in there, and that structure is right there, right past this bridge. All right, let's get back on the water. These flowers all the way down this river are beautiful. It's late May right now, so all this stuff's bloomed out still. Well, down the river a little bit from that last little building we explored, there's big concrete footers from an old trestle or an old bridge on both sides of the river. I didn't get a chance to get my camera out fast enough and record it, but so there is more structures out here if you wanted to stop and get up and look at it and explore and stuff. Oh, here we go. Oh. But we ran into a couple guys putting in kayaks right behind us at the put in, and they said they was gonna blow right past us. Well, we ain't seen them yet. We've been out here for about an hour and a half or so by now. Haven't seen them yet. I'm kind of surprised. They had some nice kayaks. I figured they'd be cruising, and we've stopped a few times already, looked at stuff. Little tributaries coming in, just crystal clear, you know, mountain water flowing in on these little creeks into the river. The river water itself is actually pretty clear too. I can see the bottom right here. It'd be hard to pick up on the camera, but I can see the rocks on the bottom here. Yeah, you can probably see it. Yeah. It's pretty nice water through here. It's pretty clean river. There's some shoals. No rapids. We haven't come across any kind of rapids yet, but there's some little shoals. There's some spots where the river at normal levels like this, I'd consider this normal. Like we're coming up on one right now where it shallows out and the water goes fast across the rocks, and we'll rub the bottom of the canoe on the rocks, but we're getting through it. And I mean, we're pretty heavy on this canoe. I got a loaded cooler and all our camping gear and everything, and we're getting across it. So if you're on a kayak, you'll have no trouble getting through these little shoals. See, this is about as rough as it gets right here. And this ain't nothing. So let me put this up. Let's get through it though. Well, hold on. Let's see if Noah can get us. Oh boy. Woo! Yeah. Paddle, paddle, paddle. See, that's about as rough as it gets right there, guys. That's as rough as it's been anyway so far. We're making pretty good time, it seems like. All right.
But I have to lost all the stuff away.
Them boys still ain't caught us. They must have stopped too. Okay, look at here. Here's another structure right over here on the right. See it now? Is that another bridge or is it just a building?
What are you looking?
Yeah, it's a bridge. It's another bridge. See?
Okay.
Man, they had all kinds of stuff going on back here.
Yeah.
That stuff's old. That's from like the early 50s.
Yeah, you can tell that's all the bridges.
See that? And over here.
Got stuck in the mud. Ugh, see if I get how that feels. Yeah, rapids like this, I don't think that should be bad.
It's only about that deep.
Yeah, see, it's not bumpy. Yeah, this thing might fall up.
Got some little shoals all the way down through here, but it's deep enough. I've got my tripod stood up in the boat, so we'll see how, I mean, it seems like it's pretty sturdy so far. We'll see how it goes. It's an iPhone 11, so it's waterproof up to a certain depth. It's not that deep here. And I've got goggles, and the water's clear enough. If it falls in, it's waterproof, and I'll be able to find it.
Oh my God!
Woo, son!
Over it.
Yep. I better look at the river. I need to stop looking at you guys.
Oh my God!
All right, we got it. We got it.
Over the whole boat. Oh my God! Oh, you're so lucky.
Woo, son.
In a kayak, that would have been fine. But in a canoe, with all your stuff, you might not want to fall.
Yeah, in a canoe, boy, when you got all this weight, when it shifts, it daggum shifts.
Spider. I missed it. Ooh. Yeah. It's beautiful out here.
Mm-hmm.
Snakes will probably go down there in that hole.
I got it. Oh. Boy, it'd be fun to get out on that thing. If it was deep enough, it'd be fun to jump off of. Maybe right here, but I'm not gonna do it by myself with Noah. Pretty cool. Old times right there. I always wonder what year that stuff was built. You know, you see it all abandoned out here in the woods, and I'd like to know the guys who built that. Be cool. All right. We stopped on this little island. It's just bedrock is all it is. But this is our biggest rapid we've come up on so far today. And then there's another little dip right down here, as you can see. And the water goes around both sides here. It comes around this way. Sweeps around that way, but this is the wide part back behind you now. Right there. And I'm gonna try to set up the camera down at the end of this island, and we're gonna see if we can run this thing. If we make it, we'll have it on video. If we wipe out, you'll get to laugh. It'll be on video. One way or another, it's gonna get recorded. So, but man, it sure is turning out to be a real nice day. It was a little cool, probably lower 60s this morning, and it's probably low 80s now, and it's gonna get up to close to 90 today, so it's perfect swimming weather. The water's a little cool, but you know how it is once you get in for about 30 seconds a minute, it starts feeling great. But man, it's pretty out here, guys. Super pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. It's the upper Etowah. All right, let's see if we can survive this bad boy right here. Water feels good.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, folks, we're stopping for lunch here. We're right here at the kind of across the river. We're on river left, across the river from the convergence of the Amicalola Creek. Amicalola Creek comes in right over there, and then the Etowah comes around this bend here and meets Amicalola Creek right here. And then, like I said, we're across the river on this sandbar. It's got a rope swing. I might go off that after lunch. I don't know.
Daddy?
Probably will. But we're gonna sit down. It's nice and shaded over here. A little flat sandbar. Well, there's some flat spots, but anyway, we're gonna eat some lunch and drink some Gatorade and chill for a second, and then we'll get back out there. But just thought I'd let you know where we stopped. It's a good spot to stop and chill, let your kids swim around. It's nice sandy over here. Like I said, it's right here where Amicalola Creek, the same creek that Amicalola Falls is on. If you don't know anything about that, check it out. It's called Amicalola Falls. It's the highest cascading waterfall east of the Mississippi River, and it's right upstream there. Well, not right upstream. It's a good ways, but same river, same creek. But we're still having a good time out here, and we'll get back up with you after lunch. I got some like Chex Mix and stuff down in here too. Apples, honey buns. Well, look at that. That's a manwich right there, son.
Did you bring the pots for the oatmeal?
Mm-hmm.
And
They're in there. No,
actually,
I brought...
never mind about my spoon.
Yeah, we have our own spoon.
You brought your...
All right, folks, I just wanted to show you around the area. There's where we parked our boat and ate our lunch and everything. It's a really nice little sandbar right across the river from Amicalola Creek, where it comes into the Etowah here. And then you got your rope swing here that I'm gonna go off once my food settles. Noah's finding other ropes and stuff. Yeah, look at that. That's plenty of rope. That's just about enough rope to make another one, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
There's a little, they got the little steps built up the tree there to go up. So that ought to be pretty fun. And it looks good and deep there, so I'll wade out there and see how deep it is. But I just wanted to show you all this too, if you're ever in the area, if you're ever floating or whatever you want to explore. I believe this is still in the Dawson Forest area, but there's this little campground up here at the top of that sandbar there. Little fire pit area. Looks like some folks probably camped here this past weekend. This is Monday, so I'd imagine about Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's folks out here because all those ashes are still fluffy and everything. They're not hot though, so. But this is actually a designated campground, and I'll show you how I know that. See, there's a road you could drive in here, I guess, if you had a truck or something, or an SUV. I don't know, the road doesn't look too rough. You might make it down here in a Corolla, who knows? I've seen some wild stuff out in the woods, but it's definitely a designated campground there. It's got that sign. So I would assume by that it's totally legal to camp here. I was actually considering camping here, but it's only about noon right now. So we got plenty of daylight to keep going on down the river, make some more miles. But I just wanted to show you all this, just so you know, if you're going down the Etowah and you do want to camp here, this is a good option, really good option. Real cool spot. We've enjoyed it for lunch. But see, it goes all the way from down there where my boat's at, all the way down to here. There's kind of a flat spot down here. Rope swing. But it's nice out here, folks. Yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, dude.
1, 2, 3. Now let go, let go, let go. Yeah.
Woo! The Etowah River's pretty well marked. They have mile marker signs on River right all the way down every half a mile. So mile 22, 22 and a half, 23, and so on. We just passed 22 and a half. Just easing on down. Well, folks, I lied. We passed the 22 mile marker sign back there. There's 22 and a half right there. That's what those signs look like. Here's the boat ramp at Kelly Bridge Road. There's the bridge. We're easing on past it. Kelly Bridge, from where we put in there at River Park, just south of Dawsonville, was 9 river miles. So we've gone 9 miles now in about half a day.
Yeah, over there.
Now you're talking about an old bridge right there.
That's not an old bridge, is it?
That's original. That's the OG bridge of the Etowah right there. It's pre-concrete. They just stacked those rocks. Absolutely incredible. Could you imagine trying to stack those rocks back when they did that? That's got to be 1800s there. Definitely 1800s. That is cool. That stuff's always amazed me right there. Like, that's some serious water coming through here for the river to be that high, to float that log and get it wedged right there where it is.
Oh my gosh.
That's wild. All right, so here's the deal, folks. There's Old Federal Road. We're already below Eagles Beak Park, which is where I was assuming I would end up tomorrow afternoon. This is still day one. We've already made it past Eagles Beak Park, and we're just heading on down the river. The next public takeout boat ramp is 16 miles downriver, which I think at the pace that we're going on this river, I mean, this water's moving pretty good. The pace that we're going, like, we'll definitely make it 16 more miles before tomorrow afternoon. But like I said, this is Old Federal Road right here below, on the Etowah River, below Eagles Beak Park. So we're making some good time, y'all. Look at this old bridge that went over the river here. You can see the old form boards, how they done it back in the day. But we're still floating. We're gonna go under Yellow Creek Road, under the bridge on Yellow Creek Road, and just past that, it's there's a lot of woods. You get out into the woods again, and we're gonna try to find a spot to set up camp once we get past Yellow Creek Road, which I'm assuming should be within the next hour or so. So it's still sunny. We still got plenty of daylight. I'd say we probably got another at least 2.5 hours of daylight. So time is on our side. The speed of this water's on our side, man. Everything's going perfect this trip, y'all. So hang in there, and let's try not to wreck here. There's a lot of trees. I'll tell you that about the Etowah River. There's a lot of trees down. As you can see, there's one. I mean, they're all coming out in the middle of the river from both sides. So that's been a little issue, but we haven't spilled anything yet. We've come close a couple times, but we haven't dumped the whole boat over yet. So anyway, folks, I just figured I'd let you know. It's getting late in the afternoon. I haven't given you an update in a while, so that's what we're doing. Heading on past where we thought we were going to take out tomorrow. So we'll check in later.
Okay, now this is bad. Whoa. Oh. Too bad.
Boy, wouldn't that be nice to have. Got their own little boat dock on the river. And a gazebo. Yeah, that's a good one right there, man. Go off that bank right there. That thing's tied up way up there, dude.
Oh my god. Oh.
Here we go, paddle. Dude, it's still on. Dude, it's still recording. It's still recording. It's still recording.
Yeah! You found it and it's still
Dude, yeah. Dude, iPhone for the win right now. For the win, the Joker still works. Okay, y'all. I almost lost iPhone number 2 doing these freaking videos out here in the middle of nowhere. But we came down these little rapids right here. We cleared this one just fine. I don't know how good the audio is right now because there's probably still water in the microphone, and I can't blame the phone at all because the thing was underwater for 8 minutes, over 8 minutes until I found it. But we came down this little rapid right here, and everything was cool. And then we hit this little rapid, and it's a, I don't know, I'd say about 1.5 foot little drop, but the back of the boat bumped and my iPhone goes flying off of the tripod, hits underwater. I thought it was gone. I figured it'd have been down there somewhere, who knows, halfway down the river somewhere. But I put my goggles on and started snorkeling around looking for this thing, and it was laying face down. I have a red phone case, and I saw the red through the water. I pull it out of the water, and the thing is still recording. So iPhone 11s can sit underneath rushing Etowah River water for over 8 minutes and survive, just for your information. Just in case y'all were wondering how long your phone would survive under river water. Oh man, I'm so glad I found this phone, because mostly because of the video footage just from this trip. I would have hated losing that. More than anything. I've got some good pictures on my phone and awesome videos on my phone, and that's what I'm not worried about. The daggone phone, I'd throw it in the river and let it float if it wasn't a camera. But oh boy, I'm glad I found that. But man, isn't this pretty out here? Got a little island right here. The river splits 2 ways, goes this way, and then up there it splits and goes around this on the other side of this island. And it would have been a lot smoother if we'd have gone straight, but I was like, screw it, let's go right, let's have some fun. And I had my phone sitting up on the tripod, and that sucker took a nosedive. But anyway, found the phone, back in business, still looking for a campsite. Haven't hit Yellow Creek Bridge yet, so anything past Yellow Creek Bridge I'm good with. We should be almost there, so boy, I'm glad this phone's back. Creek Road Bridge. So we're gonna go a ways, and anything on the right will be good to go. And then once we get down here a ways and make a turn, a big turn in the river, either side of the river will be good to go. But for right here, this is a big old like field, somebody's private property. So well, there you have it, folks. We found a spot to camp, and there's still a little daylight to play with. And there's some nice shoals just that we just came through. Oh, come down here in this soft mud, right up that way. So we'll get to have that nice sound of running water while we sleep tonight. Pretty wide spot on the river, but boy, look at these deer tracks. Look at that. It's muddy right there, but come up here and it's nice and dry. There's a lot of 4-wheeler trails all back through here, and this isn't even one of the main trails. This is kind of like a side trail. So. And it's a Monday night, so I highly doubt anybody's going to be back here rip-roaring around on 4-wheelers, so we should have it to ourselves. We're going to build a fire right here, that way we can sit and chill and be able to see the boat. And then there's 3 trees right up here that we can put our hammocks on. It's right in the middle of the trail, but like I said, I don't think anybody's going to be back here on 4-wheelers anyway. So, this is the spot. Noah's already starting to gather some wood up. We'll get a fire going here soon. That way, we beat the dark. And we'll get everything set up and cook some hot dogs. All right, guys, this is our setup. There's the Etowah River down there. We got our boat. Still need to tie it up. It's pulled up on the bank, but I'll tie that up here in a second. There's our little pile of wood. Got the fire going nice and hot. Got our cooler, got our lunchbox full of food there. Our little boombox speaker. Noah's going through his little survival kit. And here's where we set up our hammocks. There's Noah's hammock. He's got his little lantern there. And then there's my new hammock from Rural King. And my blanket, and I have a sleeping bag and a pillow. And every bit of that fit in that 30-liter dry bag I got from Academy. So it's pretty nice. I love that dry bag. Very good investment there. It wasn't that expensive either. It was, I want to say it was like 27 bucks. And it holds everything I need to go camping in the summer. Hammock, sleeping bag, pillow, blanket, and everything else. Literally everything else I want to keep dry stays in there. Got my little bag of batteries and little knickknacks, my knife sharpener, my goggles, all that little stuff. It all goes in there, but I'm enjoying that bag. But yeah, guys, this is the setup right here. Say hi, Noah.
Hey.
Y'all, I haven't done the math yet, and I haven't figured out how far we floated today, but if I had to guess, I'd say at least 20 miles today we put in on the Etowah River. Like I said, we put in at that River Park boat launch on Highway 9 just south of Dawsonville, and we made it all the way past Yellow Creek Road and around the bend to here. So it's a long way. It's a pretty long way. I'd say we're halfway to Canton from Dawsonville. So we're about to get some hot dog sticks cut and whittled down and roast some hot dogs. There's still light in the sky, as you can see, but back here in the woods it's getting dark. So I'll film what I can, but just wanted to show you all the setup. This is it. Hey, good morning, folks. It's day 2 on the Etowah River. So I sat down last night and did the math. I actually had cell phone reception out here, so I could get online and find out exactly how far we came yesterday and how far we've got to go today. The website I've been using to kind of plan this trip and really know where I'm at on the river is called EtowahRiverTrail.org, O-R-G. And they've got a really nice interactive map on there that tracks, like, it shows you all the way from the beginning to the end of the Etowah River, and it shows you the river miles. It shows you every place that there's a shoal or a rapid. It shows you points of interest. I mean, it's a really well done website specifically for this river. So it's a great resource, and I would highly recommend you hopping on there and checking it out before you put in on the river, because there'll be stuff that you'll miss that, you know, they have on that website. But anyway, we did 23 miles yesterday. me and my 9-year-old boy did 23 miles in a canoe down a river yesterday. I'm pretty proud of that. And we're doing 10 miles today to the next boat ramp down in Canton. Well, it's more like ball ground. It's a little north of Canton. So we're practically floating all the way from Dawsonville to Canton on the Etowah. It's a pretty good trip. So 33 miles total. We put in about, like I said, 8:30 in the morning yesterday, and we got here, golly, what time? I don't even know what time we got here, honestly. It was probably like 7 o'clock last night. But we did 10 miles yesterday by lunch, so we should be off the river by, I'm guessing about 1 or 2. If we stop and chill on a few little sandbars, or stop and explore some stuff, we'll get off the river about 2 this afternoon, which is perfect. So anyway, we're gonna get this fire going, and well, it looks like Noah's already got it. Oh yeah, well done. Noah's getting the fire going, and we're gonna make some oatmeal and chill for a second, and then pack up camp, throw it in the canoe, and head on downriver. So all right, folks, that's how you leave a campsite right there. We're gonna put this fire out right before we leave, and there's not a scrap of trash. Ain't a bottle cap or tin can or nothing laying around here on the ground. That's how you're supposed to leave a campsite. Leave it better than when you found it. We got a whole pile of wood we stacked up nicely for the next person who wants to use this spot. And we're all packed up, and we're about to hit the river. Had a bunch of water in the boat from yesterday. I cleaned it out and dumped it out of the boat, so we're ready to go. All right, we'll see you out on the river. And we're off. 10 miles to the takeout. It's gonna be a hot one today. What was that?
Oh, I didn't not see that. That was a bigger splash than just a turtle.
If that was a turtle, that thing just done a high dive. Oh.
We made it. Not through all of it. Yeah, I really need to know. Oh.
Oh, nice.
That's not it. Oh, I can help it.
Come on, dude. Go! Now let go. Let go. Let go. Let go. Yeah! Woo-hoo-hoo. How about that, dude? Was that awesome? Heck yeah, dude. Oh.
Oh, yes. I'm getting the
Well, y'all, the Etowah River has been a 10 out of 10. Will float again for sure. There's been some great sandbars. There's a lot of sandbars on both sides of the river, all the way down, it seemed like. A lot of options to pull over and rest whenever you need to, as opposed to some other rivers I've floated. Once we got down out of the narrow section, pretty much past where Amicalola Creek comes into it, it widens up, and I was thinking, oh man, it's just gonna get flat and slow and boring, but I was wrong. There's plenty of shoals every so often, just often enough to keep you on your toes and keep this river really interesting. So it's actually been extremely enjoyable. Those shoals, there's big old rocks up under the water, makes the river shallow, and it makes the water speed up, and you really have to pick your lines going through those shoals. Otherwise, your boat will run up on them and possibly flip. And guys, there's a lot of expensive hobbies out there, and floating down the river is not one. So the barrier to entry to doing what we're doing here is extremely low. This canoe was like a little over $400 after taxes at Academy Sports. Super cheap cooler, super cheap gear. It's a blast, absolute blast. I don't know why more people don't do this stuff, because it's just so enjoyable. There's a lot of rope swings all the way down the river that you can stop and swing off of. There's wildlife out here like crazy. I feel like we've been following the same blue heron all the way down the river since yesterday. We'll see him periodically, and he'll see us and take off down the river, and we'll catch up to him. There's ducks that'll take off and fly up and down the river. We've seen a white-tailed deer. There's just all kinds of wildlife out here. Turtles, you name it. But I would absolutely recommend to anybody in the Atlanta area, what are you doing if you're not floating this river? And honestly, anybody in the Southeast or anywhere who wants to float a really enjoyable river, the flow rate's great. You don't have to work real hard at going down the river and making some miles. There's some trees that you're gonna have to navigate through every so often, but they're not bad. Like I said, me and Noah, we haven't flipped the boat all the way down the river, and like I said, we've done 33 miles today. We're getting close to the end here. We still have probably a few more miles to go, but I just kind of wanted to give you a general overview of our experience. The place that we camped was a great spot to camp. It went up and leveled out pretty good. We camped right on some like four-wheeler trails and stuff, but since then, we've seen a lot of good places, actually better places, sandbars that are a lot lower and flatter that we could have camped on, but it was getting late last night. But there's plenty of options all the way down this river, plenty of shoals, plenty of fun. I've been wanting to do this trip for years now, really years. I've done the lower section of the Etowah about 4 or 5 years ago, and I've been wanting to do this upper section ever since then, and it's been everything I've been hoping it'd be. So guys, go buy a canoe and take your kid floating, because it's worth it, worth every dime plus more. So guys, it's been enjoyable. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following this channel. Thanks for giving us those thumbs up. We really appreciate it, and makes us want to keep filming our adventures, because we're just gonna keep doing stuff like this. We're not gonna. It's not something. It's not a fad. It's a lifestyle, baby. We camp hard. We're gonna keep on camping hard. Did you have fun, Noah?
Yes, sir.
Would you recommend it to other kids your age?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, I would. Kids nowadays need to get out and do stuff like this desperately, and they can't do it by themselves. So parents, go buy a boat, go buy a four-wheeler, go buy a tent, go buy something, and take your kids outdoors and do this stuff. Because nowadays more than ever, kids need to get out and have these experiences that don't involve screen time. This is just relaxing. It's nature. It's real, and you'll love it. I know you will. If you just go out and try it, do an overnight float trip one time, or start out with a day trip. If you've never done this before, plan a little day trip. And like I said, you can get on the Etowah River Trail.org. I'll put the link in the description below. And check that website out. Click on their interactive map, and you can zoom in and click on all the little points of interest. You can find out where all the shoals are. You can see where all the boat ramps, the put in and takeouts are, and plan a day trip. And if you're brave, go plan an overnighter or a double nighter. It's a blast, guys. Get out here and do this stuff. All right, we'll just show you some scenes the rest of the way out, some cool stuff. If we come up on any interesting stuff on the way out, we'll throw it on the back end of this video. But thanks for watching, guys. Here's Ball Ground Road. We just passed Long Swamp Creek on the right back there, and we're going under Ball Ground Road right now. We're gonna keep on going. We're floating through the McGraw Ford Wildlife Management Area right now, and looks like they've set up a birdhouse. Wonder what kind of birds they're trying to attract there. Just in case anybody's interested and wants to go ahead and buy me my dream home, it's for sale. Little house on the river in the woods, right beside some shoals. Right close to Ball Ground, Georgia. That's nice. Boy, that's living right there, I tell you. All right, better shut it off. I'm gonna have to paddle. Looks like a little creek coming in right there. That's still the wildlife management area. There's that yellow sign on the tree. Little rope swing hanging there. We got a little island right up here. I've camped on an island in the middle of the Etowah, the lower portion of the Etowah. That was pretty fun. It was bigger than that though. You know, I was talking about earlier how this is not an expensive hobby. And I was just laughing. You know, they say BOAT stands for, it stands for break out another 1,000. There's a lot of upkeep on them motors and all that fiberglass and the decking and the carpet and this, that, and the other. I was saying, you know what I come up with? Yeah, I think Canoe stands for can't afford no other expenses. You buy the thing and there's zero upkeep. You just spray it out at the end. Spray the mud out. Wipe it down. I think that's what Canoe stands for. Can't afford no other expenses. And that's just fine with me. Alrighty, y'all, we just stopped on this little island and ate lunch. We're gonna head on down. We just got a few more bends in the river and we'll be to East Cherokee Road in Cherokee County, Georgia. This is where my wife's gonna come pick us up at. She's got my truck. So this little island was pretty cool. I almost passed it up because there's not a lot of trees for shade, but there's just enough shade right here under this little tree in the middle to put our chairs up under and get out of this sun because it's hot out here. Good swimming weather. But anyway, we're gonna get back on it. You ready, Noah?
Yes, sir.
All right, come on, let's do it. We're almost down to East Cherokee, where we're getting out at. Looks like some kind of big old power plant here. Not sure. Maybe it's a water treatment plant. I'm not sure what it is, really. It's pretty daggone big, though. All them cameras going on up there, I wouldn't dare climb up on that one. Yeah, it's some kind of power plant or something. Boy, you talk about some serious water going through that pipe. We're on this last long straight stretch. It's gonna hook around to the left and East Cherokee Bridge is gonna be right there, right around the end of that bend at the end of this straight stretch here. Almost done. Woo! We made it, folks. Oh. There's East Cherokee right there. East Cherokee Road Bridge. Get this boat up here. All right, we got to find out how to get up to where the road is. Boy, this is gonna look like a heck of a carry. A portage, as you fancy folks say. Yeah, here it is. We'll go right up here. Oh yeah, somebody's pulling out right now. Here it is. It's a little dirt road off the side of East Cherokee. Comes down in the woods here and not much of a boat ramp, more like a boat slide. But there's the Etowah River. We're on East Cherokee. Let's see what this sign says here. Lake sturgeon sighting alert. Cannot be harvested. I'm not allowed to catch the lake sturgeon apparently. All right. Well, we beat we beat my wife here, so all we got to do now is wait. I guess we can go ahead and start bringing our stuff up one piece at a time. And explore trails. But we made it, folks. That was an awesome trip. Absolutely awesome trip. I'd go back and start it again right now if I could. Do it over again. That was a blast. Matter of fact, the weather's good for the next few days. It's pretty tempting. But here it is, the Etowah River, folks. That's it. It was a blast. There was a nice little rapid right up there. Right before the end, there's a nice little rapid. But there's a big, you'll be coming down the Etowah and you'll see a big old creek coming in on your right. And then like on the river left, it'll be a sign that says underwater intake. And you'll see a big, like a big radio tower or a like cell phone tower over to your right up ahead. When you start seeing that stuff, you'll know you're getting close. It's right around that bend. The river hooks hard around to the left, and you go down that little rapid and end up here. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. This has been Camp Hard. Please like, please comment, please subscribe, and share this video on your Facebook or whatever. And if you have any plans to do the Etowah, I hope this pushed you over the edge and made you just go, I'm gonna do it. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.